Yo, what's happening, everybody? How's it going tonight? Thank you all for popping in. We'll see if we can get some copyright strikes going for us in the beginning.
Welcome to a new way to communicate, a new source of news, information, and computer software. Introducing American Online.
Hey, with American Online, I can just point and click.
Oh, wait. With American Online, you can send and receive email, even across the internet.
Hey, I've got email. Okay, I open the mailbox. No, that's not it. No. Damn.
American Online puts you in touch with information resources all across the country.
How do you get this thing open? Application in use? What application? I can't even start any applications.
Call now for your free trial. You'll get free software and 10 hours of free online time your first month, which you can spend trying to figure out how to open your American Online. It's knowledge. It's power.
It sucks.
Little advertisement. See if we can test the limits of our copyright strikes. But what's going on, everybody? Give a shout out to everybody that's in the room. We'll start off with Johnny 3 Bar. How's it going? Blue Mox, Chris, how's it going? Neil Martin, good morning as always. You have Robbie F, Billy Baloney, and Cushman. Hey, what's going on? Surprised I haven't seen you today. Any live streams, Cushman? So I figure just like a little just starting like general order. You know, if you guys are having like a conversation with it, that's completely fine. I really encourage that, and I always try to do that in all the other live streams. If you have anything like specifically for me, if you could just tag me in the beginning at, searching for Tone, and it'll pop up. And I don't want to miss any comments. And if I do, for whatever reason, just repeat it, and hopefully we'll get to it eventually. But appreciate, we see a lot of new faces in here. That's pretty awesome. Hopefully more start rolling in as they start getting notification that we started up. But I appreciate you all dropping in. And, I usually, for the new guys, start off with just this in case anybody's out there with the recent, hurricanes or any other type of disaster that's been going on that, might not be making the news. If anybody needs assistance, feel free to leave a comment, email me, and we'll try to see if we can use the power of the internet to help. I think last stream we talked about Todd Flowers, and actually I think it was either a community post from him or maybe an update on his GoFundMe that he actually wasn't as hit from the hurricane as he thought. I guess he had more reports because I actually reached out to him ahead of time to see how he was doing. So if you know of anybody else, and in the beginning of this chat, if you scroll up, I could just be a sucker for channels that look like they're good, but the links up above for music nerd stuff, and I think I left it in the description. If not, I'll do it after. But I made a community post the other day. Again, with him, it seems like that he may have like gotten some sort of like tongue cancer or something, and he's trying to do a video on an update. So give him some likes, some subscribes, see if motivates him to sees that the guitar community is out there and that they really care. It looked like his content was going pretty good. It doesn't look like it was fake or boosted or anything like that. It looked like he was a really good guy. He even has a latest video where he's trying to sing, and it just seems like he's a really, really talented guy. So give him a whirl if you don't mind. Yo, Johnny, what's happening? Appreciate you stopping on by. See, I guess that interview I did with Charlie Charles wound up paying off. It actually it did really well. I mean, it's truly an honor to be on that guy's show. And if you don't know, I released a video today. I gave a Ben not as much high praise as I wish I could have, but yo, Dastly Dave. Oh, still working out, the whole intricacies of getting this thing right for you, but have the segment here. My little cheesy attempt trying to make it a little bit more eye pleasing, and also it kind of is an easy way to leave chapters, because if you ever miss and you catch it up on replay, please leave a comment, and there'll always be chapters there so you can see what the good stuff. The longer the segment probably means the longer that we got talking on things. Yo, Charles, is happening. Now it's the opposite effect. Now I have like the entire your crew is here, so it's pretty awesome. I appreciate the I think it's 25 subs that came out of that one interview. So I definitely owe you big time. So just what's coming up on the channel. We have, if you didn't notice from the thumbnail, that wasn't like a Chris, what's happening? Gentleman out here right now, if you haven't checked out his channel, he's my hero. He just got a copyright strike for his attempt at playing Hotel California solo, and it got him a little slap on the wrist. So if you've seen my videos, all the stuff I play, they can't even recognize it. So I haven't even gotten a copyright strike yet. So that was my little conspiracy hat, but it was actually, if you don't notice, the microphone in the corner. It was very interesting. I got I thought I was going to have an exciting announcement for all of you, that I was going to have my first actual paid review, because all these other reviews, if I got it, I got something for free or I've bought it myself. So it was for that microphone. So I guess I kind of counted my chickens before they hatched, because they said, hey, how would you like go about, the typical poorly worded email saying, how would you like to go about procuring one of these from us and doing a review? And if it's a quality review, we'll give you $500. And I'm like, $500 is better than nothing, especially all the money that's been going out lately. So I was like, yeah, I'd be interested in it, because I'm using a mic right now. I figured I'd like to eventually get into all the different types of mics for, recording. It's not that far off from guitar. And I figure some of you might be getting into doing channels, and you'd like to see the difference in the microphones. Yo, Glenn, what's going on? So when I replied, yeah, I would definitely check it out, they come back with another email telling me, okay, so what we want you to do is to go to Amazon, purchase it. When you buy it, then we'll reimburse you 50%. When you upload the video, we'll give you the other 50%. And when it gets 100 comments, we'll send you the $500. So then I basically replied back, no, thank you. I said, your $199 microphone is, after 20 to 30 hours of coming up with an idea, shooting a video, editing it, coming up with a description, then also coming up with a thumbnail, then moderating comments for, however long, it comes out to $4.97 an hour that I'm getting for this microphone if I don't get the 100 comments, which we would have gotten somehow. But then I said, you're not going to pay for reimbursed for shipping either. And then after the local government takes taxes out of it at the end of the year, said it's down to $4.50 for your review. I would have done it for free if you sent it to me. But I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. So unfortunately, I got ahead of myself posting that. But I was kind of hoping to finally hit the big leagues and was going to do my first paid review. Let's see if I missed anything in the comments while I was rambling around about that. There you go. Hey, what's going on, Keith? Chris, I forgot to. There we go. Sorry about that. Guys, hit me up a couple of times if I'm not, paying attention. If you have a channel, please let me know. I want to make sure that I give you that little wrench. Eventually, it'll probably be all blue screens, but that's all fine. I don't mind having creators community. Please spam your pages. Anybody that has channels, whatever you want, put it up there, and feel free to use that in the chat here, especially for the as we get to know each other. And let's see. Chuck, former Staten Islander, flew to Coop by way of New Jersey and North Carolina. Well, I was a what do you call an upstater, New York, and I flew to Coop to North Carolina. If you couldn't tell from my Ben's walkabout video, from practically just seeing the sky the entire time, because my arms are so short that I can't do vlogging like Steve Cassidy does. If you haven't seen his video, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, Keith, Chris, Glenn, anybody, Charles, please. I think everybody probably knows most of you now, but I'm so bad with knowing where everything still is in North Carolina, because I've only been down here for about a year. I'm actually on the coast, Wilmington. I'm sure you heard of it, but it's not a bad place to get away, especially from when you're getting away from New York. So other things coming up, I have the Randy Rhoads playthrough of that pedal, and then eventually we're going to do that giveaway. So if any of you guys are here for that, we're going to give it away eventually, and then you could unsubscribe, but or just stay subscribed and just don't turn the notifications on. I tell you, the video that I released Tuesday is supposed to be like, Tuesday is my like supplemental day. It was like, if I have something extra, I would post that, and that thing blew up like crazy. Like that's why I need the coffee right now, because I've been moderating comments since 4:30 this morning, which is the bad thing about like your times that you got to put up videos. My best time for my videos is like Tuesday at 9 o'clock if it's a Tuesday, and Friday mornings is my main content. So if I knew it was going to be this good of a video, I would have done it on a Friday instead. But let's see if I could show you like what I'm talking about, because I'll share my screen now because it's already done so well. There we go. I'll share that. If you notice, this is like how YouTube works. It shows you exactly who it pushed it out to. I don't know if maybe I can get rid of myself and make it bigger, a little bit bigger. So it has not pushed it out to anybody that watches guitar videos. It's pushed it out to Smash or Pass, How God Taught Me to Trust Him for Provisions, and actually only My Eating Disorder, Potty Training, Baby Names, and More. Let's Chat. And that was the only one that had the highest value, and only one person clicked on it and watched it for 3 seconds. So it's pretty interesting, the way the algorithm works out there. Yeah. So eventually, once that starts taking off, that if you guys want to share it to Facebook pages or anything like that, that'd be pretty cool. Didn't think it was going to be, you know, anything but controversial, but I hope to get at least highlight the good creators that are out there that are doing it right. And some of them you'll see in the chats here sometimes. So it's pretty awesome that they're a part of this community. And it's just like Robbie F, you brought up about Brad's guitar. No, scroll back up. It's so hard that the chat's going so fast now. Not used to this. Usually there's only like 4 or 5 people in here now. It's growing pretty cool. So that, never heard of that channel. It looks like a pretty good channel. Like YouTube's definitely not showing you the channels. And for all these that just came in, I mentioned before, all the way up at the top, if you go back, there's and I made a community post about a guy that looks like he fell in hard times, but was doing a good channel. The only way I found him was actually I was watching, I think it might have actually been, I don't even know what it was. I forget now. I was watching somebody and it was the suggested video after, and I didn't see that he fell on hard times. I saw like a normal like time video of him just doing a review. I'm like, oh, let me go see what's going on right now. And you see the guy, he's doing an update, and it's very, I could just be a sucker. I don't know, but and he could be a total. Doesn't seem like he's a jerk, and I hope he's doing much better. And I didn't want to reach out to him or anything like that, but figure if he sees a couple of bumps and subscribes, you leave a comment or something like that, might do him some good, as he's on the road to recovery. And then we got that Slash guitar that I done just a playthrough for. I want to get that done, and then the Epiphone that you saw, do that so that eventually could start for the Patreon members, start raffling off guitars, give you you could, again, like I said, you could take the $100 debut Telecaster if you want, but I'm sure you want the more expensive ones. And speaking of our Patreon members, our current way, sign up. And that's about it for that. Let's go back up, see if I missed anything. In the chats over here. Was that from the mic thing, the review? Yeah. I mean, it definitely would have been more so. I don't know, maybe no, T's guitar is probably my highest paid when you think about it. A $249 guitar for the amount of work put into that. But that was a great time, and we'll look forward to doing it again. Yeah, I mean, the thing was they approached me too about the whole microphone. So I was like, kind of like, it's not the first one that's approached me. Usually I kind of reach out to see, Yeah, I mean, I don't mind generating the money myself and paying for it, because I won't ever take a review that tells me what they may say, like, we like these talking points, like, please mention that it has, stainless steel frets, locking tuners or something like that. And I don't mind having, input like that, but and I don't care if they, take my video, copy it, and put it on their page, because I don't really care what you do with this face. If you want to copy this face and put it out there, go for it. But yeah, I mean, after calling out some no, I didn't call out anybody, because I'm not pointing any fingers with that video to specific people, but yeah, I'm probably start getting attacked by bots, and I'm already starting to get some email things that started up today that someone's probably stuffing my emails in these fake things, but it's I mean, I enjoy being a part of the community and finding new people. And it was funny today because I was like, I don't call it trolling. Like I like to support everybody, and I'll throw out like you know a super chat just to like I don't know, because I'm a firefighter, so we break balls a lot. So I'll actually today. It's funny because through Steve Cassidy, I found this channel called Studio Rats, and I think we don't see a lot of stuff because it's geographically. But I watched some of their stuff, and I never would have found them if it wasn't for Steve doing a review with one of them at this really popular thing called 42 Gear Street, and he did a review with them. So I'm like, went to just because he did the review with them, I checked him out. And it's funny, Steve's climbing, great. He's at 4,500 views. These people have 95,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, 4,500 subscribers. They have 95,000. So I found a higher channel through a smaller channel. And that's my intention of that video that I put out today. And so I said to him, I sent this super chat saying that Steve told me that I had to come here because you guys work with a genius like him. And then he paid me to do that. And they laughed it off. But it seemed like it was a pretty good. It's my first time there, so I don't know if it was you know if it's different than other times, but it seemed like that they were more people were just like throwing out questions to them, and it wasn't like a good back and forth like on Charles's chatting with Charles or with Ben Coombs or any of the ones that I also highlighted in that video. And I'm not pushing that video because I want you to see the controversy. I really is more to see the creators out there. Um, that's what I love about those chats. And I could have just been wrong. Like I was trying to talk, like somebody asked a question about like JHS pedals. I was like, they're really, really great pedals in my opinion. And it was like that they wanted the hosts, and my opinion doesn't matter anything, but it wasn't like it didn't seem like people were bantering back and forth like the other channels do. It's like a lateral move, basically. Going from Staten Island. It's escaped New York City and Connecticut back in the '90s. Free State, New Hampshire. I don't know actually if I've ever been up to New Hampshire. I know my old neighbors moved there. I don't remember where, but Massachusetts and Virginia. Always careful driving through Virginia. The only place haven't gotten a ticket yet along my route from New York to, and that's surprising because that's usually like the first place you get. In Minnesota. Yeah, I'm over here in shorts and a t-shirt right now still. Cleveland, Ontario. I've not yet been to Canada yet. Never late. Always glad to see you. One of our submitters last week of the Mary Shag Kill. We got a couple tonight too. Oh, I'm sorry I missed you before. Glad to see you in the chats tonight. I almost went to Washington for a wildfire, but they wound up pulling somebody else, and then eventually I went to Colorado. So yeah, that's the channel I was talking about, Brad. I just scrolled through it real quick when you said it because, like I said, I really hate how YouTube doesn't show you. And it looks like that. I think the thing probably with him is that he does also like look like beer reviews too. So when you do a lot of mixed content, it doesn't really know what to push it out. Kind of like how this video, when I showed you before, that it's pushing it out to a smash or pass. And maybe that's because I put Shag, Mary Kill in one of my videos already, but or that's what I'm saying right now. So it's picking up YouTube's listing. But yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty good you know channel. I'm gonna just give it a look later. I appreciate listening while you're driving. It was like me. I think like 2 weeks ago, the OU8 1-2 crew. I had to go pick up food for dinner, and I put it in my car, and it was completely awesome. I mean, I have Alpine speakers in my pickup truck, but it was like unbelievable listening. I'm like, I gotta probably listen to them every week in my truck instead of with earphones. Yeah. So actually, I have. I think it's a really expensive Sennheiser because my Sweetwater rep, talked me into it. Because he knew my potential of being a great YouTube rock star over here. So that's actually what's behind me, and that's what I use for most of my videos. But I started off with the Focusrite 2i, whatever comes with that. So I think it's an Audio Technica. That's what I'm using right now. But I would like to upgrade this stuff and like to also give people comparisons on what to use for recording. Hey, you gotta you gotta survive somehow. Hey RJ, what's going on? Yeah, just real quick too. Sorry, just gave you a little wrench. Throw up your channel over there. Sorry, I fell asleep on your stream the other night. It wasn't you. It's the dogs running me ragged. Yeah, I mean, so that was kind of like a little bit to um with the whole thing about the buying subs and views and all that stuff like that. That's kind of the not like the reason why I did it, but like so when someone fluffs their channel, all of those companies will send them stuff completely free and to do a review on it. Meanwhile, they also might be charging a little bit of a fee. They take that fee and they buy the views on it. So they're really like a lot of people probably haven't heard of Gear for Music. Uh, Johnny from Budget Guitar Show just released a video today on one that has a burl top and everything. It looks amazing. And I think it's 199 uh, pounds. So I don't know what that translates to Canadian or us over here, but I imagine it's like 250. But I mean, it looked like it was an amazing guitar. I think it had locking tuners. I think it had stainless steel frets. But so they send them to these people that are fluffing their channels. They're not doing good content. They're buying those views, and so nobody's really seeing it, and it's not really getting out there. So they're basically, in theory, stealing money from the company. They're stealing your potential views, and they're also stealing that potential for somebody else to, you know, do that gear review. Yeah, that's why I actually almost thought about doing like a solo video, but then that kind of like I think people think that like you're fangirling over somebody, but I don't. I'll freely admit it that he has the greatest community. Obviously, half you guys are here, and we've probably been bouncing around in the same places before. So what? I've never even noticed it, and you know what? This is like what is I feel like like this is like I have no time to really do anything. Like I'm gonna show you something right now. I'm not unzipping my pants, just so you know. I can't tell you how long these pedals have been under my desk waiting to do reviews, but because I have all this other stuff that comes in, knocks me off my tracks, you know, and now the new dog and stuff. But I have a pack rat here and a double barrel. So you're watching my reviews on these crappy guitars, not crappy guitars, but budget guitars and these $20 pedals. And I have something here that's $350 and here's something that's $250 that, you know, waiting to do reviews on. I mean, I even the first live stream I gave away a Line 6 DL4 just because I wasn't gonna ever have time to review it. So I mean, I guess that's a good problem to have, but also I should probably be practicing guitar at the same time. But I got to start getting some of those done too, because we do have one Patreon member that actually has is in the tier that they get a choice of a pedal that I reviewed. And so far, I've only done the Wampler Malfetta and the Warm Audio Centavo. That's really worth it. So I got to start getting on that. So because I definitely want to get them something out before the end of the year. Yeah, definitely need to get down to the warmer weather and different lifestyle. I'm gonna have to start cutting out some of my my usual bits now because we're getting more people in here that are really cool, really lighten up the chats. Yeah, that's probably looks really cool, but I had to go the other way. No snow for me. See, I make fun of all the New Yorkers and everybody upstate that's you know, has to rake leaves now, but I have probably about like 8 months out of the year that I'm blowing pine needles out of my backyard. So that's my penance for making fun of everybody that, you know, I'll be walking on a beach in February. Well, I'm going to get to something in a little bit, but as far as new gear that I'm going to have to eventually get a review on. I need a sponsor for my Wall of Sound project. If it ain't legit, just quit. You can fool your way to success. I mean, you could buy your way to success, definitely. And it's weird because I could probably do like a live stream just on the whole things that I found out, like with the vidIQ tools and like going back and looking and seeing when people had spikes in their subs and stuff like that. There's a lot of channels out there that they're hiding their content because I don't know how they did it, but like you see the spike where they shot up 10,000 subs and you go back and there's no video in that time frame that got them anything more than 500 views. So it's like it was I feel really filthy doing a video and doing a dive, and because you like start seeing some people that you actually like and watch and you're like, oh man, like, you know, like, but Jamie Slays did a gear for it. See, and that's I tell you, I'm gonna write that down too. I don't know. I'm always like looking to see, because I swear I don't see half this stuff that, you know, is entertaining, because it just I'm convinced that YouTube sucks. But I got 4 JH pesos now. I'll have to crack them open. Yeah, I mean that's why so when I first started my Patreon levels, I started at a higher amount. So I actually hit the threshold with the double barrel that I was going to possibly give that one away. But I had to drop it because it's not getting any traction. And I figured, like, you know, nobody's going to want to sign up for this stuff right away. But the pack rat, I was able to get at a discounted rate. So like something like that would be part of the Patreon only giveaway. For the last 4 winters, we ended up missing the season so much. See, I could never see snow again, and I'll be completely fine with it because I would enjoy a winter vacation in the fire department any time of the day, any time of the year. Don't matter. I would give up a July vacation to not have to work in the freezing rain. There've been plenty of times where I've came back from a fire and I've had like icicles all over me. One of my first fires, I actually had a hose line and I got actually frozen to the ground. They had to get salt to chip me away. I'm like, I ain't about that. So I was basically counting down to the time that I can come down to where we shut down for an ice storm. You know what? I was so busy with trying to get stuff done for that video because I had it actually shot pretty quick, but I had to do some editing and things that I haven't caught up. So I don't really have anything for the industry news. I haven't seen anything about any new releases. Yo, sorry, man, if I missed you before, but there you go. Sorry. I know eventually you guys are all going to think that like somebody's, everybody has a wrench here, but 3J Music does some great reviews too, and check them out. So throw your link in there, Jim. Don't worry about if it's during any chat or anything like that. Spam it as much as you can. We just bought the Squire Stratton to get upgraded pickups. Well, hopefully I can get these guitar reviews out soon enough because then, I mean, like I said, if you want the Tees Telecaster or, but I'm sure you're going to want the you might have missed last week. So sorry, guys. He's one of the Patreon members, so he's got to show what he might be getting. It's the Epiphone Dot. I won that daily guitar draw, so it was I was trying to look for something kind of unique, and and it had like a low raffle rate, like it only had like I think 199 tickets or something like that. So I'm like, I'll go for that, and yeah. So when I'm gonna get that off, I'm thinking hopefully by November. Well, at least until Max is out, when we can start doing them like once in every other month, which who knows when that'll ever be. I want to try to at least get you guys an offer for, once a year until it happens. Do one now, maybe do one in the middle of May, so you don't feel like that I'm just stealing your money. Middle of spring here, 88 degrees. It probably it's got to get hot as hell down there, down under. Yeah, I thought about getting the hard drive, but I thought the Pack Rat was a little bit more versatile and having more function, like more stuff to offer somebody. Yeah, I mean it's actually very, very common, and some people do climb out of it. Like there are some people out there that I mean, even I watch somebody that has done it, and you know, if they can climb out of it, but most times it doesn't end well. Like they really have to start the channel over again because it's just people that don't. You're never gonna fight the algorithm. So I don't want to bore you guys with that unless you really want to hear the deep dive into like that. But any of you that have channels out there, you can always email me, explain more to you, and trying to not, live in a silo. I heard about the buying the subs last year. If you Google credit card info, something. Yeah, I mean, it's something that is very. It's always prevalent. It just um, has always been going on, but I mean, if the main thing is that if the content that that person is putting out and it resonates with you, that's cool. Like that's fine, you know. But most times it's not. And actually, no one has guessed anybody that is any, like been in it, mentioned in any of his videos. The funny thing is, like, some people are spotting more people and they're saying, "Hey, is it this person?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna say yes, but it's no. But now you found somebody else, you know, because if you see it in the comment of the video, this one um, uh, follower, subscriber, Marsha, who's not here tonight because she's not feeling well. She found a person, and she said that the guy put out a video describing how he, did all this, and I'm like, so I went to the video that I know it's the guy. I'm like, he didn't put out a video, so it's not him. And if you ever find this guy, he has over 100,000 subscribers. He has videos that do 75,000 views, and then he has videos that do 500, and that's a telltale sign right there. And he could have a Joyo amp video that has 35,000 views, and he can have a Fender guitar that has 15,000 views. Is it true? Probably not true, but there's the man himself, the one that kicked it all off, Steve Cassidy. If you haven't seen his channel, guys, or anybody that's out there, Steve, please, how do you do it? Like this? Leave a comment below. Please put your channel up, Steve. His live stream tomorrow night, so be 7 p.m. his time. I think it's 2 p.m. over here. That's what I love about the overseas live streams. They're like midday for me. Like instead of watching soap operas, I get to watch this stuff. My personal opinion, either work for real players or they're kind of BS. No non-players or gear nerds hanging. I mean, to do this is it's a big grind to try to hang in there and grow a channel, honestly. And it is very tempting, but missed half the chat, but I've been subbing everyone in blue. There you go, 2. I swear it's not everybody gets a wrench. I should just do like a Sir James Bowie. I forget the whole Lennon. He does like a little roundtable discussion. It's a small chat, but I enjoy it. It's funny. Like like the things that you come across that you like. Stevie Mac, I'm glad that you got your products all the way over across the half the globe. Hopefully, everything came better than my return guitar. If you haven't seen my short on that, that was but all right. So
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm counting my chickens before they
Saying is, you're not supposed to count your chickens before they're
How many chickens am I supposed to know I'm going to have?
Those are never going to hatch
You're
anyway.
one of them pessimistic peoples. That's the funny clip of the week. I don't know exactly when I'm going to use that, but I guess I could use that tonight since I counted my chickens before my hatch with the announcing that I was going to possibly have my first paid review. But so that's why if you started watching my videos, there's really poor content, but occasionally there's a gold clip like that. So, and any of the creators out there, I don't hold anything back. If you want to email me, I can explain to you how to do it. But I think I might have explained to one person one time, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll just stick to the boring regular humdrum." You play a good hick, yeah. I haven't found a good name for him yet. Like the Bold Shredder who's on later, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. He has a Metal Dude. Everything arrived Tuesday. Nah, man, I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want my wife to hear how much I paid if she watches this on a replay. But yeah, it was my pleasure. I mean, I was glad that I was able to get some stuff out to you, and yeah, I hope I can convince them to send me another one for free, so I can keep one. Tony, I get through his channel up. Yep, awesome, man. I think I subscribed the other day when I found out that you had a channel. I haven't had time to look, but I always try to subscribe to everybody that's in anybody's chats, no matter how small. If I can ever help out anything, it's So I went to the store to test out a Princeton Reverb. I loved it, but the dudes here told me to turn down the volume. I left, so did my money. Did I have the? I think I might have had a Princeton Reverb. I forget what Fender I have. I feel like such a douche saying that sometimes. I forget what gear I had, but that's why I started this channel, because I've had so much gear coming back and forth and started and stopped so many times that I might be able to give some sort of good advice to somebody out there so they don't, fall into the same trap as I did, of not being motivated. So, for the unboxing of the week, I have to rush to actually get this all stuff done. Usually, it would go by, we'd probably be at this point in 30 minutes into it now. But with the awesome community we got going on with all the chat. It's going a lot slower, but it's good. So I had reached out to, speaking of the amp company, to send me this guitar, and I'm going to do a review on it eventually. It's not bad overall. First impression. Haven't played it yet, but if anybody's seen Jace Allen guitars or Average Joe, I think he played actually one that looks very similar, because you all know by now that all these guitars come from pretty much the same factories. I was expecting better because the name Stritch. When I'm talking about that, they do amp stands, they do the guitar stands, they do pedals, and they do guitars. So I guess you can't do everything well, but I expected a little bit better for the price wise. I mean, this I think is $145, maybe a $20 coupon. Has a somewhat decent gig bag, and it came with a small amp too as well. But it's still no sharp fret edges. It has the frets polished, but it's still a good beginner guitar. And again, I keep on comparing everything to T's guitar, but like the T's guitar is the same price. It doesn't come with an amp, but that guitar blows this thing out of the water. Just look alone. But it's not a bad guitar. But I had reached out to him. I said, hey, you want to send me one of these? I see that you started doing guitars, because I actually gotten, I think, 2 pedals from them for free, but I had bought the line, and I have that down here too. Again, so douchey. And I said, yeah, I could use your guitar as the single coils in there as I'm doing the review. And they sent it to me. The only reason why I unboxed it already was because the box came all beat up and it was opened. So, but it was fine the way it was. But UPS did their usual, beating up of the box. Yeah, they obviously make guitars. They make so many things. They make pedals, amp stands. And again, I mean, I think their amp stand was great. Stevie Mac has the one that I sent, that I got. I would love to get the one that has the amp a little bit higher and can handle the weight more. So far that gear rack is probably a tank. I mean, it's the strongest gear rack I've seen that out there for the price, holding 6 guitars, any shape, no problem. The only thing is that it is silicone, so it may have some sort of reaction to nitrocellulose, I think, or something. But you just put a piece of felt over that little padding, and it should be fine. But I think their pedals are great. I don't know how long they will last, but I think they're great for getting you to find out what tone you want. Like if you're looking, like the octave pedal that I did hasn't gotten a lot of reviews, but if I had time to noodle around and just screw around and just like make like crazy sounds, like that would be a great pedal, and it would actually show you if you'd want like something like an organy type synthesizer, or I think it's like the Mel 9 or something from Electro Harmonics, and you're spending $30 on a pedal instead of $150 on a pedal and finding out that you don't like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So like, to me, if I'm gonna mod, and I don't do a lot of modding, I want a good, I want it to feel good. If I'm gonna throw, like the black Strat that I haven't used forever in my very early videos, that basically is set up like a Gilmore, but I wanted to do that to a guitar that felt great, and the pickups weren't that bad out of that, but I think it was an 88 Japanese Strat. But to me, that I don't know if I would bother modding something. I mean, it doesn't feel all that comfortable to mod. Like if I were to throw some fancy pickups and stuff in it, I would mod a T's guitar. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it still feels like it's better than my first guitar. I wish I kept my first guitar so I can still keep on saying that. Yeah, but it's a rug, so it's comfortable. Yeah, I mean, I hate like always talking about him because it sounds like I work for them and I push him. I mean, I do talk to the guy a lot, but he's a really great dude. But it's just a super comfortable playing guitar. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, there's 6 guitars on there. It hasn't bent or anything like that whatsoever. First guitar was. I actually wanted a PV, but back when I was looking, I think they were. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the wrong ones, but I think they were like $300. Where this Hondo cheesy Stratocaster was $250. Oh, that's right. So you're welcome. I mean, I probably wouldn't have won anyway, but that's actually where I won my West Creek. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, check out Fret Not Guitars. I probably shouldn't say this, right? Because now we're increasing our competition, but it's super easy. All you gotta do is go watch a video where they do a review on a guitar, and then you share it to anything, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. You could share it on Facebook, Instagram, and just write the words "done," and they put you into a spinning wheel, and your name comes up, and you can win a guitar. But I didn't enter the T's guitar because I know how good they were, and I wanted somebody else to actually get it, so I didn't. But I've entered almost every single one since then, and I haven't won. But then I won that Epiphone. So they say they come in 3, so I'm waiting for one more. I want that Firefly Ghost Fret that they got going on over there. Yeah, I think PV still. I know they had the Undercover Boss on them not too long. That's probably like 5 years ago, or whatever. But of all things, my first guitar was an acoustic Hofner. The frets are worn to the bone. That is pretty cool. I mean, I talked about it last week, so if you want to hit, I don't want to bore you with the whole story of. Actually, no, I think I might have talked about it on Charles Chatting with Charles. So if you haven't subscribed to Chatting with Charles, go check out you can hear me again. Hondo Melody Maker copy. I didn't, didn't know anything about Hondo at all. It was just, it was the least expensive guitar between that and a Gorilla 10-watt amp, straps, and all that stuff like that. It was all in for like $300. It was like the cheapest setup that we could get, for me to start off. But yeah, T's is awesome. Yep, another winner. I mean, I think you won before I had put it out there, so I can't claim your win. But a lot of winners in here. So RJ won a Harley Benton from them, so that's 4 winners in this chat alone. And I'm not super popular, so 92 Fender Prodigy. Got a stretch compressor, nosy as fuck. Still need to take it apart and test the circuit. Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's the one thing I call them like the budget boutique box. I think I'll show you guys real quick since they're down here. They have like that MXRE type vibe to the box. Like it's really packaged really well. And it has little magnets on it actually. So it opens up like this. Sorry. And they're packaged really, really good. They come with a Velcro that fits the back of it. And I have the compressor, so I hopefully it doesn't sound as bad. They're with the cheap ones. Sometimes the QC, they're hit or miss, but at least that's a good thing from getting them from Amazon. The other ones I got from Temu was shit out of luck. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, so mine would have been like a 97 Hondo Strat, but I think I have a 90 Fender. I had the 82. The 82 is what I sold on Sweetwater to get that Slash guitar to give away. I also bought a mic thing for holding the microphone here and got a camera to hopefully start using, because right now I'm using my iPhone. So if someone calls me for an emergency right now, I'm not going to know what's going on. Well, I think I remember those with the built in the case. It's kind of like the Dan Electros, Briar Pro 2. Yeah, it was just like a nostalgic thing too. It's like I didn't even. I actually had a someone in my family like, "Oh, you're playing guitar," so they bought me one that had the amp in the guitar. That was a hunk of junk, but I kept it for a really long time. But hopefully we could eventually do some giveaways on here, and change that for you. I always try to offer, like from companies, like, hey, give me something else, and like I don't want to reveal, but I have something coming and waiting from an email back to see if they'll send me something else to give away. Where's the duck race? Yep, gotta check out the video that I posted yesterday to find out what this gentleman is talking about. But I wish I had half the talent of him just in live streaming alone. But Water Boss host 2 the other day. They get lots of hate, but I love it. It was funny with chatting with Charles. Seth was pulling out all these boss pedals for his pedal board the other last Friday. So also check out that too if you guys aren't subscribed. May help you make a decision on whether you want to subscribe or not. But you should. It's awesome. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Either way, if you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, it'll tell you when it goes live. Fridays and Sundays, much better than this. Yeah, it's almost like you think that like we were like setting them up, but it's an honest spinning of the wheel. 66K semi hollow, 3 pups, whammy, wish I had it. My first guitar was a Venture LP copy. Horrible action, but it'll be, yep. I think that's like if your first guitar is horrible, it like sets you up probably for loving everything else that comes after it. But you definitely know what a horrible guitar feels like. Then you find out like what a really good guitar feels like. No, actually, so I didn't know too much about it, but I bought the Sony ZV-E10. But I was trying to use like as little of my own money as possible, because this is costing me like so much already. But so I got it without the lens, thinking that you could still shoot without a lens, and that isn't the case. You know, you got to buy a lens. So I wound up getting a lens. And I had first bought like the best one that I can get with the you know, like best focal, but it was also the farthest away. So the room isn't big enough for me to even put it like as far away as possible. So I had to go a little bit higher up in the price range. So went to a little bit of hock for that, but financed that. So I'll be paying this off this. I'll be quitting YouTube in like 3 years and I'll still be paying off all this stuff, but I haven't gotten up the courage to use it in a video yet because most of the stuff has still been sponsored videos before I got it. Yeah. Hey man, that's what my channel is all about is, you know, promoting all the good ones out there because very highly underrated. Yeah, I mean that's what I've been using is an iPhone. So I got rid of the quick tip, but because if it's still out there, if you use an iPhone and if you I think it's doesn't really matter too much but I have a 14, but download Black Magic Camera. It's a free app. And just so I'll just type it in real quick too. Black Magic Camera. It's currently free, and a lot of stuff like the great stuff to use for YouTube. Eventually, what they start charging for it. So that's what I use to get the quality video of mine. And if you notice, my first videos, those first videos were the same camera, but using the iPhone stuff. Everything that basically since like the middle, like probably 4 months in, I've been using the Black Magic Camera app, and so now it's going to send you down the rabbit hole of like looking down like white balancing and ISO ratings and all this stuff and zoom angles. But if you do like a basic like setup on a like how to set up a basic camera, it'll show you how to do that. But it'll definitely increase the quality of your imaging. And again, you guys, my email's out there. I'm always up for helping you guys out and trying to get you better quality. You know what? I had to figure out a way that in that video today that I could say that you'd be lucky enough to play with the lamb's balls. So I had, that was the only thing because none of that was scripted. If you couldn't tell, but that was the only thing I'm like, I have to make sure that I say if you're lucky enough in one of his live streams that you get to play with his balls. And please now go check out the video if you haven't already to see what I'm talking about. Oh, hopefully I got to speed this thing up because instead of putting your stuff in the Mary Shag Kill, I put it in the end section, getting to know everybody, because that is some awesome stuff to brag about. So now it's a teaser for all of you to hang in to see your Hobo Roadies setup if you haven't seen it already. Washburn, terrible out of the box, forced me to learn how to set up. Yeah. You know, I the best quote I heard, I don't know who said it, was in a video I was watching recently, is that if a guitar if you get a guitar out of a cardboard box, then you better expect to, like set it up and know how to, do some stuff to it. Like if you're not buying it from a store, and even when you buy it from a store, they still need some sort of setup. But if you're buying a $200 guitar from Amazon, you're gonna, need some minor lutherie skills. Yeah, I mean, if you have the good thing is, like what I was planning on eventually doing is doing those really cool camera angles when I'm shredding away, is still using my iPhone, but having the iPhone so that I could do the zoom in on the guitar itself, and then also too, then you won't have to show the positions like I do sometimes. Hey, it's always room for improvement, but I tried to at least put out like, and I say that's actually good for like a beginning channel. You don't want to have everything spot on already, because then everybody thinks that like you've been doing it for a while. So like when you have really crappy content or you're stuttering, going like this guy stinks. But that's why you see some of these people that bought subs and views and their content hasn't gotten better. It's like that's a spot on way of spotting it too. I don't have the courage to start. I have enough gear to do so. So I know probably like most people that like have channels, they're like they don't want more competition. But I say if you want to do it, go do it. I mean, if I'm doing it, I'm sure you could do it. It definitely is a learning curve and it's tough to really process. But I encourage. I think sometimes some people look and they don't realize that there's people out there like us, and they think that like, oh, I could start a channel, and they don't realize that there's a whole. It is. I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, you could see just not saying that these are all great people, but you see how many wrenches are in this chat alone. So and again, I've already have 2 channels that I got to go look up to see. One of them looks very appealing already. There's just so many channels out there, but we all could share the feeds, the views, and the camaraderie, and help everybody grow. And it's not like I hate how some of these people treat it like it's a competition, and like I got to cut you off at the knees and be like I say like if I were to review something and like Ben Coombs were to review something, then you could take that in the middle, and that's probably what it's going to sound like for you. If you have the lowest expectation and you have a really good expectation of what it. So come on in. The water's warm. Do it. Dead set blowing me out how different this is from our first live stream. I mean, it's really the chat that gets it rolling, and like I don't care if anybody doesn't watch. I mean, I would love people to watch it on a replay that miss it, but like I'm not looking to push this thing to, because that's another thing. If you don't know, like the views only count for the people that watch it after the fact. But I'm not. That's not what the live stream is all about. Anyway, it's about doing this, meeting you all. Yeah, I mean, there's like you said, the T's guitar to me. So it's like I always get the idiot comment like on a Facebook page or something, but like it's not better than a Fender. It's to me. I haven't bought a Mexico Strat yet, but I would almost guarantee it's better than a Mexico Strat. I'm not saying it's better than the Ultra 2, but depending on the person, you're going to pay $150 for that or $1,900 for an Ultra 2. It really depends on your pocket. But at least they show you what you like, and eventually, hopefully, strive to someday. But I feel like I probably should have. This might have. I don't like because I'm so out in the open. Like I don't mind. I might have should have asked him if I could have used his sound bits at first, but technically it's out there. It's free use, transformative. Didn't use too much of it. All these BS things that you learn as a channel. So, but it was very motivating when I was telling him about it, and he's like, "Do it." The sound is hard. At least I thought it was fine. I got my setup, and now I'm trying to do all my. Yeah, I mean, definitely the sound, the picture quality on your videos is getting better every day, and that's great because like that's what people are ultimately looking for, especially when you're first getting on, because I think your first 1,000 are the ones that are always going to be there and be always communicating with you. And I think I said it in Ben's Buffalo private. He does private meetings for if you sign up for his Patreon, which is definitely worth it. I just had to wait for a little bit of cash flow before I could start doing it. But I think I said I'd rather have 1,000 great subscribers than 10,000. I'll pay for the gear instead of having Fender send me a guitar for free. Belt was my favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna do. If you didn't see last week's, I'm gonna do a Dr. Fabric job on that Charles 75N. If you haven't checked out his videos, I keep on pushing them, but it's really cool. I remember always looking at those Kirk Hammett guitars. They always had the skulls on it. Oh, that's so awesome! And it's they're so expensive, but you could take this fabric, and I'm probably underestimating the job that's going to happen, but it's so cool. So I'm going to take that dented up Telecaster and Brian help me. Hey man, that's I think I might have said it in the video too or something like that. If I go nowhere and you become a rock star, just send me an acoustic guitar or something like that, or a shout out every once in a while. But I'd be so honored if I help somebody else out take off, And I say, I know when he was a little guy. Every touch for epic quality pro setup stuff totally ruined me. I mean, that's the opposite end of it, Glenn, thanks for putting up the influencer or anything. Thank you. I'm always the one that's always posting. Smash that like button. I'm horrible at saying that. I think so at least I put that little banner up there. Let me get that stupid banner out of here. And at least give some shout outs to our over here. And forgot to put Marsha T back on there too. For whatever reason it got deleted off there, but those are our current Patreon members that helping out the channel. Yo, Snug, just seeing that you're coming up here. Appreciate you popping in, man. Like always, one of the first ones. Always remember chatting with you. It's always a pleasure. If I'm considering purchase, I'd rather watch 10 different reviews and mull over. Yeah, see, I remember the days of watching the Tone King and just watching 20 different videos on a TSO TS9 versus an 808, Maxon versus Ibanez, and just mulling stuff over. And I haven't. I might have had a Maxon, but that about 90% of the pedals that I mulled over, I never ordered. I would be honored if that man popped in right now and be like, yo, what are you doing using my face? I feel bad, Steve. I mean, I probably should ask you too if I could have used, I just didn't even think about when I was making the video. It was just so, because I've been sitting on it, just as long, if not longer than when you made your video. And again, you guys haven't seen his on the whole theory. I love his vlogging style, but I don't know if you were here in the beginning. I don't have a long enough arm. I'm too short. So it was down here. When I held it straight, all you saw was all my face. So, and I don't have one of those giggle sticks or whatever they call them. If anyone in content is not for me, come on. Needy measures. I'm quite happy doing commenting in a positive way, of course. Yeah. It's crazy because you see these people and you doing the whole deep dive and getting into this whole rabbit hole. There's people out there that you might not even know because the content's okay, but it's very easy to trick companies into investing and then taking their money and making it look like they're actually, you know, getting quality out of that review, and they're not. But they're it's so easy, and there's when you see somebody that has 30,000 views and you click on the video and you're like, this is dog shit. You're like, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's my cup of coffee. I've been moderating comments since I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to walk the dog, not pee, literally walk the dog, and I haven't been back to bed yet. It's been and the funny thing is, like right now, it's at 93% only to my subscribers and 7% to outside people. So, um, and at that time, it was near 99% and already had one dislike. Not saying anything. Need any bots? I'm selling a few. I did lose a subscriber. It might have been a bot because it wasn't related to a channel, because you can tell when somebody clicks unsubscribe from a video. So it wasn't from the actual video, but I appreciate that, man. That would be really cool. And thank you for even mentioning that too. Let's help this guy out there. It seems like I'm not going to say that he's a rock star already or he's, an accomplished, but his videos are really neat. And I would hope you would like definitely share your story sometime in a video, but I guess happened his channel got hijacked, which commonly happens. And YouTube is really unhelpful on actually getting your stuff back. So I actually have, I don't think I have it here. Oh, yeah, I do. So if you ever break into my house, steal this, but then you're just going to be posting YouTube videos of myself, but you could actually hold this hostage. But almost all my videos are on this thing. So in case anything does happen, at least have my videos, I could re-upload them again, but nobody's going to watch my crappy content again for a second time. But at least you have your videos backed up somewhere, because that's what they do. They usually hijack it and then they delete all your stuff and put up Elon Musk. It's a very common thing. So, but if you could throw your channel link up there, and if you guys could start getting him subscribed, get him some notice, so he could start, doing some more content and getting back into it, and get him going again. I've always been afraid to touch anything inside an amp. Ever since watching the videos early on in days, like a Tone King and that time era, like 20, probably 27, 2007, around that time, you always see people like touching stuff with chopsticks to try to deactivate stuff, and I'm sure it's not that bad, but I think I told my story last time about getting shocked, so I won't bore you to death with that. Yeah, Marsha's great. She's in all of the community chats and definitely a big supporter. And I'm glad that she won that DL4. Totally not a setup. She actually won it. She wasn't even in the chat in the that night, because that's one of the perks that the Patreon members get, that they don't have to be here for the live streams. Snug the man here knows a little thing about fixing amps. I make sure it's unplugged and paydays. Electronics, I'm the guy that says pull it apart, detox it, burn it, components discharge into caps before you touch it. Yep. I think it can kill me if I do something wrong. I mean, I've always just been leery of blowing my up anything touching anything electric. My only comment I got was show more of the product and not your ceiling camera angles. It's absolutely amazing. Like some of the stuff that these people pick out sometimes too to highlight. That's why actually, if you've seen the one video, and I hope it's not somebody that's in the room and I didn't remember that. But hey, if it is, you basically created some content on my channel because someone told me spend some more time with the guitar. So that's where in the tease guitar, where the first opening part of it is me with my wife saying, "You're not bringing that thing to bed, are you?" And then I snap my finger, and the guitar is in the bed. And I get in the bed, and the lights turn off. That was because someone told me to spend more time with the guitar than. And actually, I think the person, I don't think they're here because I think the next video they commented on, I didn't play at all. And they said the worst video ever, like, I'm like, okay, just, thank you for watching all my content and just trolling me. So. If we get the Harmony Electric community forums back in the day. Nice. I think I'm starting to get all caught up so we can get on with the rest of the show. My channel got shut down a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't access anything. Fortunately, I appealed. Yeah, that was a big thing too. It was total BS. They were shutting down channels with very little evidence. Like thank God it didn't happen when I went on Charles's chat with Charles, because literally shot up 25 subscribers that day alone from doing that really great interview. And yeah, because I think that might have happened is like if you got too many views in a day or too many comments, anything that tripped something in the algorithm, or it could have been just complete utter bull. Oh, I'm trying to speed up to it. Trying to get. I think I got it to all the. We're definitely going to get to the that portion, but we'll. Go with that right there. So the only get this through really quickly is because it kind of is what my video kind of was. Like I thought about it after the fact. The fire term of the week is called a heat shield. And what a heat shield was in the fire service was, so like, not to brag, but I was a good person that like did things. I think someone might have said in the chat. Oh no, it was in Charles's interview with me, that do good even when nobody's looking. So I was that type of person that would, I'd be cleaning the kitchen at 2:00 in the morning. The other guy he went to the firehouse with was the guy that would clean the kitchen at 9:00 in the morning when everybody's up trying to make coffee, and everybody's switching the shifts. Like hey, look at me, I'm cleaning and doing stuff. But guy had like a poor attitude, was just not into it. So they would hammer him more and target him more and drill him more and pick on him more. I mean, we jokingly pick on each other, but it was like more. And I easily became, so that's what we call the heat shield. So basically, my video, I'm the heat shield that's eventually, once this starts getting taken on by like the algorithm, and it's not only being through diarrhea videos and smash or pass videos or anything like that. Once it gets pushed out to the algorithm and more gets out there, so I'm the heat shield for the guy that has 700,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers the right way. I'll be their heat shield. So we'll skip the poll of the week, but I have to show you guys the images just so that you never get it out of your mind. So we'll skip going through the poll of the week if you want to go see the funny one that we did. But again, the top of the chat is that gentleman that wants you guys to check out. It's in the community chat, music nerd stuff. Go over there, give him a sub, a like. So hopefully he starts creating some content again. But maybe if he sees a little influx in that, he sees the love. And now we'll get on to Malachi's. Advertising you guys. Steve, I appreciate you even popping in. Hope your trip from China was great, and I'll see you tomorrow night. And guys, let's raid Steve. Let's have like 50 people in this chat. If you could just leave the time, your time, Eastern Standard Time, if you can. If not, I'll look it up before this closes, just so that we could all be there and check out yours. No pressure at all. So I apologize to Robbie F. He submitted this last week, and I thought I had it in there. And let me get rid of the scrolling too, because you guys don't need to see the Patreons. I remember we gave them enough. And I don't think I can move my. I'm going to get rid of myself because you really don't care about that. But so for anybody that's out there, the Mary Shag Kill basically is which guitar are you keeping? Which guitar are you going to like maybe noodle around with, like flirt with basically, and which one are you chucking in the garbage? 7:30 UPM UK time. Everybody look it up, do the conversions. It's very easy. Figure out what time you got to be there. Check out Steve's live stream. Sophie's Choice going to be a polygamist with that. I mean, I was so upset because this is a really good one. And after actually playing the Epiphone, I want to change my mind on that and actually going with I'm going to marry A, keep him A. And it was a tough decision between B and C, but I think because I have more experience with the Strats, I actually would probably get rid of it and go with the B as the occasional flirt. Thank you, Stevie Mac, for doing the conversion for us over here. 14:30, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust your clocks accordingly if you can be there. But the pedal goodies, I like that. I mean, it's a good drive section there. What the JHS, is that a fuzz? I couldn't tell if Robbie F's still here. Hopefully he can answer. But it looks like a Morning Glory, and then the Tumnus. That's kind of like a King of Tone without having to wait 5 years and pay $600. Those go back up to the comments up here. Go up to the top. Let's see who was the first. Sorry if I miss anybody. Yeah, Neil looks like the first one is ABC, BAC, CAB, ABC again. Looks like A is pretty popular. Yeah, I mean, there's just something about that. Yeah, it was definitely a tough call. Yes, remember from yours. Is that a Tempo pedal audio board? I think it might be. I think Robbie F might not be currently here at the moment. It's a shame. I felt bad when I found out that I left it off. Yeah, EMGs. Yeah, I think it probably is. Yeah, it's definitely a nice. I've always wanted like a surf green kind of like thing like that, but I would like the what they call it, like the parchment or the yellowish type looking. Yep, definitely. Wayne McConnell, brother, how we doing? Glad to see you. Glad you made it. Another fixture in everybody's streams. Truly an honor for you to be with us tonight. It's always good to have you. Always good to see you. The next one, since he is, I forgot what the A is, but you got a Glary, and then it's that weird one, Luck BWG. Oh, you know what? Let me get my face out of there too, so that you could see the full. A is a crescent. Thank you, Snug. Going BCA. CAB. Yeah, I think I might be a CAB with you. CBA. I always go back and forth between having 3 single coils and then the HSS. An ABC. ACB. BAC. Just using a plain old iPhone with the Black Magic Camera app, and currently the app I think is still free, so you should download it if you can. I don't know if they have it for Androids or anything like that too, but they I found like a lot of times, like when I was watching reviews on like what cameras to use for creating, I would see a really good app, and then all of a sudden they would start charging for the app. So I imagine that they would probably not update it anymore if they did start charging for it, but it's currently free. The only thing is, if you know cameras, then it's fine, but you have complete control over the white balance, the actual I don't know what they call the white the colorization, whether it's the yellow, white, sunlight, things like that. The ISO. Use your yeah. So I have no clue what I'm normally shooting myself. I just it's using. I think you can use it flipped, but I don't think the quality is as good. But yeah, my first couple videos were just the iPhone camera itself, and then I started using that. Baseball bat neck on CAB. All right, let's go on. He's not here tonight, but Atlantean Guitars, Wes, a YouTube channel out there. I don't have his link, but if someone can maybe, if you do follow him, you can post it in there if you have a wrench or not. But I forget the name of the A over there. I think it's a newer company that just came out. And I believe those are all Harley Bentons. Yeah, I was definitely eyeing D. Would be my first Floyd Rose. Never had a Floyd Rose before. Ah, you're going hard with the A, huh? Yeah. I imagine it's probably a headless guitar, and I've never really, had anything like really cool with, bonding with headless guitars. See, that's well, that's because you're a bass player. And you think that's an ER? I didn't know they made them like that stylish. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would put a head on that type of guitar anyway, but yeah, I wish he was here to. I don't know how much it is because um, you know, I know Harley Benton has the reverb site, but that you just started offering over here. But on the side for every other Friday. I mean, you had. I would not expect you to pick anything less than keeping a black guitar. Although, if you remember from last week, he does have some non-black guitars too. Yeah, sorry, man. It's not so easy unless you're watching on a. This segment isn't watching on a TV or a laptop, but SHS with our reverse headstock. Got some really good taste, my friend. Hopefully, we get to your stuff soon enough too in the bragging section because it was had very vibes of the Tone King over here. And then a part two from Atlantean. It's got a I forget what type of PRS. I'm sure that's not an SE, but Chapman ML3 and then Gibson Les Paul, obviously. It's hard to deal with. 10 guitars, 3 non-Floyds. Yeah, Atlantean actually just posted a something on. There you go. Thank you, Glenn Bailey, for putting that up. He's going to be doing a review, probably from that company, of a gentleman starting out in the UK doing custom headless guitars. We got ABC, CBA, BCA, BCA. Yeah, it was a tough one because I've actually owned a Chapman ML1 way back in the day, and I've always been a fan of them. I haven't watched the stuff recently because I've been more interested in you guys out there watching most of your channels and stuff when I can. So I don't really watch really much of the big channels anymore. But I'd probably go ACB myself. Let's see what we got up next here. And that's it for the Shag, Marry, Kill portion. But stay tuned for the rest over here. Try to speed it up along. But if you want to submit anything, please try to submit it by 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will most assuredly hope not forget it like I did Robbie F. And get it on here. Next up. I didn't have much time between formulating this week's, which I thought was going to be the bonus content material, and didn't really catch up on anything news. If anybody has any news right now, the only thing I'd like to share with you guys is this is something I normally do in our Discord for the Patreon members, where I highlight giveaways. But these are two that I just came across on YouTube not too long ago. If you go to Zilla Cabs and you go to that video, and I'll put links to it tomorrow when I do the description of this, they're giving away a 1x12. And basically all you do is you sign up on their website. You just design it yourself. So like mine, I should have taken a picture of it, a screenshot of it. But I did like an orange upright with, I think, like a basically like looking like an orange amplification cab with, I think, white piping on it. Pretty much exactly the same. You pick it, you can pick a speaker, and all you have to do is go to this video and post the specs in there, and they're going to pick somebody, I believe, in November. And then Mojo Tone over here, all you have to do is sign up for their what you call it, their like their newsletter or whatever. Make sure you're subscribed, and they're picking somebody, I think, November 14th or something. I might have them too confused. But yeah, go check those out. And see, hopefully we can get somebody in this chat here to be a winner of those. So this is like where I kind of like used the time to end, not so much like the chat itself, but like we've gotten to know a lot about everybody in the beginning tonight. But I was kind of using it towards the end of it to basically cut off the talking about guitars and talking about life. So like where I just kind of like start off with something, about myself. Is some of you may have seen Charles's interview with me. And I had stated that I had six jobs at one point. That's actually like how I got into this position here, where I'm able to do this now. But basically, I was working for the New York City Fire Department, doing that as a full-time job. And then part of that, I also had, we call my secondary jobs, where I was part of the incident management team. So I would respond to disasters like a hurricane. Like my team, actually, if I was still on, I would have been in North Carolina in Asheville, helping them with points of distribution, like for ice, water, food, and things like that, and shelter. So my team would be the ones that would like kind of coordinate the people that do that. So we're like really like high level type stuff. So I would have been to Puerto Rico, Texas, Colorado, Montana, for hurricanes, wildfires. Then I was a fire instructor for New York State. We're teaching young firefighters stuff. And then for the county that I lived in as well. And that was supervising actually the firefighters there. I was a dispatcher part-time for the local sheriff's department, which was, I really just took that job so that I could study at night for my lieutenant's exam in the fire department. And then I had created a cleaning business where I was just like cleaning like one or two places. One of them was my volunteer firehouse, because the people were actually charging so much money and they were doing a crappy job. And I created a business not to undercut them, but to do the job right. And yeah, so that was, one time I went from 3 jobs in one day. I went from the the dispatching to cleaning to the fire department. And then I left actually the fire department the next day and actually went to the cleaning job. So I really did like 4 jobs in a row. But not bragging, but just, just something about me. And I actually, guys, to submit stuff for this segment too as well. So one of the tasty bits we got here is from Hobo Roadie over here. I didn't even want to put this in Shag Marry Kill because look at that, all those amps, all those pedals. I mean, it has 2 talk boxes. I mean, that's a lot of talk boxes over there, right? That's a talk box, I believe. But that was some killer. Dr. Z's like no tomorrow. I mean, you do have some great taste there, sir. Then here's Atlanteans. You probably see his backdrop on his videos. This cool little studio. And then we have some always enjoy the animals. And Calby and Morocco Cat over there has a small hobbyist channel, but if you want to check him out, he posts some stuff from time to time. He's in a lot of the other group chat, live streams and like that. And then here's the Atlanteans dog. And again, any type of photos you want to brag about, your kids, your fur friends, your fur family, anything gear related that doesn't really fit into the Shag, Marry, Kill. And also, I forgot to mention too, guys, if you have stuff that you don't, own, but you want to like submit it, you could submit, for Shag, Marry, Kill, like 3 horrible guitars that you found on Reverb or of from the past, kind of like how, we see some really bad videos, the album covers on Ben Coombs, where you can find like really awesome guitars. If you don't have them, but you have the 3 pictures, that'd be awesome. Send them to me. You do pedals, amps, whatever you want, anything guitar related for Shag, Marry, Kill. And then for the last section over here, anything that you want to do as far as, again, trying to get used to the live stream. I should be looking up here. But it's hard to also read the comments too. But yeah, so that kind of like wraps it up. And then I just, however you guys want along to hang, you guys got wives to get to and girlfriends, boyfriends, dogs, cats. But yeah, I mean, at this point, just like we'd like to just to get you guys more, build community and talk. I mean, if you do want to talk guitar stuff, that's fine. But like, if you ever watched Dylan Talks Tone, he does like after, and would never make you pay, but because it's just a cool thing that he does after an hour of his live stream. It's like no guitar questions. If you want to ask a guitar question, you have to do it in a super chat. But let's kind of scroll back up to where. I think you might be on a slight delay. I think we're already might be. You gotta. I should also make a thing for that too. Like every once in a while, you gotta hit that live thing on the screen to make sure that you're all caught up. I'm gonna do Zillow Cab while I'm working tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, said, it is a section in the Discord that I only have for the Patreon members, where I I always blast it with whatever giveaways I could find out there. I mean, obviously I'm entering, but because I find them like sometimes just by pure like that was just a video that popped up one time. 10 time I play a GX into a PC. So from all that actually working, I was lucky enough to retire after I did 20 years with the fire department in New York City. Before that I was 5 years volunteer, and I still continued to volunteer, but so all that extra work that I was doing with the fire department wound up paying off in dividends. I was able to retire. I also hit the market down here just right in North Carolina before everything got boosted up because of COVID. And I actually was originally buying this place as a, like vacation type place to go back and forth. But my rent in New York was 3 times what my mortgage was down here. So I figured even in 10 years, if I have to go and start working again, I'll be fine with that. But I'm lucky enough to be able to do this. But this is actually definitely eating away at the profits. You know what, I would love to go back to Puerto Rico after being there and seeing it was very horrible, the devastation, and the people were just so great taking care of us. And I don't know, like I heard it like it could be just all rumor, but like there could be like I mean there's sketchy places everywhere, but like everywhere we went looked beautiful. It was so weird. It was like almost like kind of like rolling hills, but like also being very tropical. And it's just a shame that like everything just got so devastated. But it kind of is happening in North Carolina now here too. But would love to go back. And even the places that were, able to get up and running, like we would try to, go there while we were out surveying the land, and we were trying to help the fire department get back on its feet. We would try to go to local businesses and support them, and the food was phenomenal. There was this place I could remember. I think it was called El Fibre, and they had the best food. I mean, I don't want to like there are. I mean, you guys are here. I get the vibes from you guys, and yeah, was a sheriff in New York State. It wasn't Putnam County, was it? That was the county that I was in. That's like you got actually if again go check out Charles 75 and's interview before mine with this guitar man 45. His name is Bo. I mean he has so much gear too. It's awesome. The talk boxes are for stereo Leslie thing. I tell you, man, you got some. That's really an awesome setup you got going on. Exactly. That's why I'm like I haven't put that in the proud Papa section over there. I kind of call it like 9,000. Yeah. Yeah, if you've seen like my earlier videos, I went from actually what I'm looking at right now was my backdrop, the computer table. And then I went to the kind of like did it in steps where it was the blue wall, and then I put that stuff up. That actually I got it on Amazon. That's financed, but that was an Amazon Prime Day deal that I'll have paid off in 6 months. Yeah, probably have to hit the live. Oh, Joel! Oh my God! I hope you're still here. You got to if hit please. Does it various times, but it's just good if you're actually even working. There's so many talented singers on her channel. You can just put it. But it's so the times I think do vary if I'm not mistaken, because not in probably any country that anybody else is here right now. but the live stream goes on for so long that I watched it for I think like 2 hours. I'm like, I gotta go. I forget where I had to go, but I came back to the house and it was still going, and I jumped back in, and just so many great singers out there. So um, it's good background music if you're like doing something, like if you're gonna set up a guitar and she's live, or just watch a replay. So go check out their channel. Let me Sorry to doing that. Give you a little bit of a wrench so you can please throw your link in there. But I was so impressed with everybody that goes on there, and it's just it's like they have a request thing and everything. It's a good time. So, and she's in Ben's, and Charles's Chuck Green is another one. I'm gonna have to do a video just on him. Super cool guy. I mean, I think it's amazing that I think we had like 25. I was watching numbers, still have 22 people here listening to me. It's a great audience, and I had when I was an instructor, I had 25 students that were doing the head nod as I was trying to teach them firefighting. So it's cool to have all of you out there, and hopefully continue tuning in and keep it. And it's crazy. I mean, 2 hours, and basically normally we get to like an hour and 15 and we're done. But with the community growing, sorry if I'm like trying to make sure that we get like see, just so it's all everybody's just all know each other. It's just really cool that everybody's no, man, have a good night. It was great to see you. Everybody check out his channel too. I use the built-in camera for the live streams. So yeah, so I'm actually even for this I use my camera, and when Ben does his Zoom, I do the camera, and I gotta make sure that I have my audio hooked up next time because don't want to go off the audio from the laptop. You're using the screen facing camera. No, I'm actually I have what I'm using right now is I'm using StreamYard for the live stream. I'm using StreamYard, so I have on the screen. So that's why I'm like looking not really at the camera a lot of times because I'm trying to look at the chat too as well. So I could see what's going on the screen, and I have this little thing that plays the music, a Stream Deck, and I use it for switching camera angles too. But trying to get the whole flow down first. But that's where I'm getting all those sound bits from, and switching for that. Yeah, no, the cam. So when I'm doing the videos too, it's always I don't see what's going on. You could do is, sorry for anybody who doesn't have a channel, but if you take you can get an adapter, an HDMI to the iPhone, and get an inexpensive TV. I actually had an extra one because I had a security camera system set up before I moved here, and you could run your screen and you could see that. But actually, if you've seen like in some videos, sometimes you might have seen where I'm like looking like straight down because I was more interested in looking at the TV. So I suggest if you do that, try to put the TV where the camera is, but then you'd be able to have what's on there. Or you could buy little displays, but the TVs are actually probably cheaper. You can find some TVs that are like $49, $50 at Walmart, and it's not not like you're looking for high quality. You just want to make sure that like if you're showing a product that it's in the shot. My cousin just moved to upstate New York. an hour north of Scranton, Wilkes. Yeah, so probably like I don't think it's Port Jervis area, but because the backside camera has a wide angle lens. Yeah, so I always take whatever I have at the furthest, and I'll actually zoom in a little bit so that it cuts off like the see the top of the ceiling right now. So when I'm filming, it has a little bit of the top in there. But eventually, I'd like to move that ceiling fan, maybe put a light up there that shines down, and do some of those panels up there to make it look more like I'm professional. Hey, food porn is always good too. I mean, anything that you guys are proud of, I'd love to feature it at the end. Um, Kids, just nothing creepy. Yeah, I've seen it in the video too. Uh, I at first, like when I was younger, I was like, I really like them, and then like I kind of like fell off them really quick. But uh, not really sure if I mean, I wouldn't if someone gave me one for free, I wouldn't throw it away. But New York State Trooper, badass people, don't want to mess with them. I think New York State, Virginia, and actually I think North Carolina State Troopers you don't mess with. Not that I expect to get out of a ticket, but I've gotten tickets from New York State and North Carolina troopers. I always said, like, that's the thing. Like, if you have the vice and you can get rid of the vice and you just put that money in the jar, it's amazing what you could save. Sorry if I'm missing all these people saying goodnight or jumping out, but yeah, man, I'll see you next week. See you in the comment section. I know you're always there, always supporting. Yeah. Owed all to you guys. Good luck, man. Hopefully we drum up some support for you and anybody else. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. You have to set the phone, look at the lens like you're looking somebody in the eye. Yes, I mean that's the thing because I haven't really been able to. My, I could possibly maybe put it on my laptop, and I really have to start working on better. But it's really always trying to keep up with the chat and see what's going on. So it's kind of like looks like I'm not. But the stand that I'm currently using for my iPhone doesn't go down low enough. If it went down just slightly low enough, it would be fine. But then if I use the webcam from it's just the quality isn't quite there. Yo, Jim, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. And to start checking out some more of your videos soon. Got a speeding ticket in North Carolina when I was much younger. 1 a.m. trooper came to my window wearing mirror shades. Yeah, you definitely know that was, trying to be all badass and stuff with that mirror shades at 1 a.m. But yeah, I mean, I don't do too much flashy stuff. Like obviously, I really haven't talked occasionally about the firefighting thing, and I guess some people think sometimes I throw it out too much or put it on a thumbnail. But I only have like a little tiny sticker out there that says I'm like a firefighter, like, and all it is the red line flag. So you already think that the police officer already sees that when they're walking up to you, and might help garner you something, and they're like, "Oh yeah, where are you coming from?" I just came from a retired firefighters meeting. I'm like, "Oh, that's nice," and they come back like 5 minutes later with a ticket. I'm like, "Damn, all right, I know how it is." Oh, okay. I got you. I understand. Yeah. Well, we got all the way to the end, and that was the longest live stream ever. I appreciate you all popping in. It is so awesome. Uh, you know, please support any of the channels that post out there. As you're going out, hit the like button, and also spam that your link so it's at the end. And I'll put it in the description that the links are all at the end because people could see on the replay, the live stream, all the comments that were on here. So, but let's leave you with something I think I left last time.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Push-Up Bra Inventor.
Mr. Push-Up Bra Inventor.
Never before has one man done so much with so little.
Lifting them higher.
From mosquito bites, pimples, and pancakes to melons, mountains, and major league yabos. An engineering feat so brilliant it can only be described as va-va-va-voom.
Ba-ba-boo.
Thanks to you, even a 90-year-old grandmother can go from A to double D in a single bound.
What's your number, Granny?
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh hoister of the hooter, because when it comes to the bust, you're the best.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.